Not bad, not bad. I've had my Xbox Series X now for 6 months and it's been the best gaming console I've ever owned. So in this video I'm going to go over what I like about it, what I don't quite like about it, and the things I would like to change. The gaming experience on the Xbox Series X is incredible, especially when you pair it with a great display such as my LG B1 OLED TV, video coming on that soon. It's capable of outputting up to 4K 120Hz over HDMI 2.1. The Series X also has support for real-time ray tracing in certain games if the developers want to implement that. Not many include it right now, but I know the new Forza Motorsport game will have real-time ray tracing in-game while racing. Also, there is backwards compatibility, which has been growing a lot over the past. It started way back in 2016, 2015 with the Xbox One, and the catalogue has only grown from there. Some older games as well also have FPS boost, however this can come at a cost of resolution and graphical fidelity as well. Some games are Series X optimised, and what this means is the game has been updated to take advantage of the Series X's hardware. So this could mean high resolutions, high frame rates and high graphical fidelity. And some of these games come with performance modes. So for example, Forza Horizon 5 has a quality mode which is a locked 4K 30, and it also has a performance mode which drops the resolution a tad bit, but it holds a stable 60 FPS. As I previously mentioned, backwards compatibility is a big thing with the Xbox library. It's almost as good as PC's backwards compatibility now, and you can even play original Xbox games and Xbox 360 games. Just check the Xbox backwards compatibility catalogue to see if your Xbox 360 games are on there. Another thing I love about Xbox is Game Pass. I pay for Game Pass Ultimate and it only costs $10.99 a month. And for this you get access to day one Xbox launch titles like Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite. And you also get a catalogue of over 100 games which is constantly evolving. Some games do get removed from it after a while. EA Play is also included, so you can play the whole EA Play catalogue, so games like Star Wars Battlefront 2 and even FIFA 22 has been added recently. And all this is only $10.99 a month for Game Pass Ultimate, and usually Microsoft do deals for new customers where it's £1 for 3 months, just to try out and see if you actually like the service. The Xbox Series X features quite a boxy design, which is an acquired taste for some. I quite like the new design. It cools very well. I never hear the fan on this thing, and in fact the loudest thing in this console is the disk drive. And the Xbox Series X is built on the Zen 2 architecture, which is similar to the architecture in my PC, because in my PC I've got a Ryzen 9 3950X. I believe the Series X is roughly based around a Ryzen 7 3700, and the GPU is similar to a Radeon RX 6700 as well. It also has the Velocity architecture, and what this is a incredibly fast storage mechanism which most newer games take advantage of to get incredibly fast loading times. With my Series X I increased my storage with a 4TB hard drive. Newer games can't run off this as they require the Velocity architecture, which is the internal SSD or the Seagate expansion cards. However, for older games like Xbox 360 games and even some Xbox One X enhanced games, it works just fine. The gaming performance of the Xbox Series X is incredible. Some games even run in 4K 120 FPS, and in quite a few benchmarks which I've seen online, the Xbox Series X tends to be a tad bit more powerful than a PlayStation 5. I'm not starting console wars here, I'm just stating the facts. The PS5 is an incredible console and it has some better things that I prefer on the PS5. With newer games, the vast majority of them are at least 60 FPS. As I previously mentioned, there is a quality preset that you can choose between performance and quality. Quality is usually 30 FPS and performance is usually 60 FPS. However, this can vary between titles. And because we've finally ditched the hard drive in consoles now, even the UI on the home screen, stuff like that, going on just apps in general like YouTube or Netflix, they load a lot faster, they're a lot snappier, and it's just generally a way better experience for even the most basic of users. As I said, the Series X is not a perfect console. There are some things I would like to change. And the main thing I don't like about this thing is the proprietary Seagate expansion cards. They are quite expensive. One thing I think the PS5 does a lot better is the ability to put in your own NVMe Gen 4 SSD. This is a better option, I think, as generally Gen 4 NVMe SSDs are a lot cheaper than the Seagate expansion card per gigabyte, and they are also faster. And there's one bug on the Series X which I don't quite like, and it's the game took too long to start, albeit it's not that big of a problem anymore as it's basically been patched into an oblivion now, but sometimes it can still happen, and it's just a bit annoying. Other than that though, there's no issues with the Series X on my end. I've had this for 6 months and I've ran into very minor problems, nothing too major at all. Overall, I think the Xbox Series X is a great addition to any gaming setup. It's the world's most powerful console, and the ecosystem with Game Pass is just incredible. One thing I really like right now is the Xbox ecosystem. So I pay for Game Pass, as I've previously mentioned, and when you buy Ultimate, you have Game Pass Ultimate, obviously, and you also get Game Pass for PC as well. So say I want to play Forza on my Xbox, I can also play it on my PC as I own the game via Game Pass. And I think this is a great little ecosystem between Windows and Xbox. Even though I absolutely love playing games on my Xbox Series X, it will never replace PC for me. There's some things that PC just simply does better, and if you want to see a video comparing console gaming to PC gaming, let me know and I'll make that video. However, I do prefer playing the Xbox Series X in a more of a casual setting. So say if I just want to sit back with an Xbox controller and just play Forza Horizon, something like that, the Xbox does a way better job of that, I think. And a lot of my friends play Xbox as well, so say if a game doesn't have crossplay, even though it's slowly becoming the norm, I can still play with them on Xbox. However, with all that being said, I'm going to leave the video here. So if you like this video, like it and stay subscribed for future content, and I'll catch you in the next one.